Shalom, back out here again for the third time on the highways and hedges, the chief blessed concourse. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahawashi, and Heavenly Father, true name is Yahawah, and the Son of God's Son, Bahashem, the name of Hamashiach, Yahawashi, those are the true names in which you have the Hebrew of the lost one gospel of Thomas, my Savior, Rock, to the elders and apostles, for so as I mentioned again, back out again for the third time on the highways and hedges, the chief blessed concourse on this Thursday night, December the 18th, 2025. As always, Yahawashi, giving us opportunity to come out here for the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahawah, Yahawashi, right along with the elders and apostles for Aki, at the Yahawashi for that event. And this is the book of Second Edges. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High Yahawah, and is occupied in the meditation of the world, and will seek out the wisdom of all ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Right, so on a daily basis, we're gonna come out on the highways and head to the chief blessed concourse, or do outside lessons or sit down lessons, or come out on the highways and head to the chief blessed concourse, be occupying the prophecies, to the best of our ability. We're going to continue to seek out the wisdom of all ancient, and we're going to continue to be occupying prophecies on a daily basis. Because we're living in signs of the times. That's why we're measuring the time digitally itself, as being watchmen. Watch what's going on in the news. That leads up to biblical signs and prophecies through the Holy Scripture about Yahawashi and This is Second Edges, chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered and then said, measure without the time of diligence and such, without says the parts of the son of his past, which I had told before. Right, so we're going to continue to measure the time of diligence and such. So to the best of our ability, right along with the elders and Aqua from modern day times, we're going to continue to measure the time of diligence and such. Was that Jeremiah 28 verse 8, we're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So these modern day war, evil, and pestilence are seeing the war phase and continue to increase. And at the same time, while we're measuring the time condition itself, these increasing biblical signs and prophecies that the Heavenly Father spoke about from the days of 40 from the beginning, so they're going to continue to increase. And these major events, these prophecies, they're going to come to pass in fields in those times. And what's that in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3? For the vision is set for appointed time, but then shall speak, not lie, temper, wait for it, because of shooting time, because it will come and it's not going to tarry, This is Second Edges, chapter 9, verse 2. It says, then thou shalt understand, say very same time, where in the heights, which the Heavenly Father will begin to visit the world which He made, right? So on a daily basis, at an alarming rate, and on an everyday basis, that we're going to see the Heavenly Father visit this earth now, so more than ever. And that's something going to continue to increase. That's why we're going to continue to measure the time digital itself. And that's why the Heavenly Father told us to measure the time digital itself, occupying prophecies, speak the words of prophecies unto the house of Israel. And these are the very important words that the Heavenly Father put in our mouth. And this is Second Edges, chapter 15, verse 1. It says, behold, Yahweh says, Second Edges 15, verse 1, it says, behold, speak thou of the words of my people, the words of our prophecies, which I put in their mouth, said the Heavenly Father, Christ. So we come out here to speak the words of our prophecies unto the house of Israel, the Heavenly Father. Especially, we're fishing for the elect, so we want to follow the word or follow the word. So that makes perfect sense. That's why on a daily basis, we want to continue to be occupying prophecies and measure the time of Israel itself on a daily basis. Thank you, Father God, by my shot. And this is the book of Amos, chapter 8. This is going to be a famine of the word as well, too. So that's another prophecy that's going to come to pass in the field. Hey, shout out to that brother Yahawah, the prophets on the scene, just become twin. And this is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. It says, Amos 8, verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith Yahawashi, that I will sit a famine in a land, not a famine of bread, no thirst of water, but the hearing of the words of Yahawashi. Right, so it's going to be a famine of words. This is a major prophecy that's going to come to pass in the field. And we're seeing that increasing in these modern day times as the days progresses on. So this major prophecy is going to come to pass in the field. That's why we're seeing the famine of the word is getting closer and closer and closer. Because once the famine of the word hits, the words of the Heavenly Father is not going to be available anymore. It's going to be a famine of the word. That's why we're measuring the time vision and suffering. That's why the Heavenly Father had us come out to the house of Israel. And we got to seek the Heavenly Father out while we make it down. And just like Ezekiel came and spoke to the house of Israel, what they hear and reveal. So we got to listen for the evidence and we're talking about out of the rock side. But definitely for sure, this is going to be a prophecy that's going to come to pass in the field. It's the family of God. Something happening in ancient times. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 13. Amos chapter 8 and verse 12. It says, they shall run from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro, try to seek the words of Yahawah shall not find it. Right, so many going to run to and fro, try to seek the words of Yahawah shall not find it. Right, so because these words, the words of Yahawah shall not find it's not going to be available anymore. So that's why we got to seek the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, He may be found. Come back to our heritage, our culture, our customs, our heritage, seeking the righteous paths, righteous ways to the best of our ability. And that's why we out here fishing for the elect. So we want to be part of that river, we want to be part of that hopeful elect. And we got to seek the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, He may be found. We're about to enter some increasing, very important, serious, unprecedented times. We're about to enter some times like never before. And that Jeremiah 38 verse 7, the time of Jacob's trouble. James the 12th chapter, Matthew 24 verse 21. 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, Revelation 3 verse 10, and these some unprecedented times we're about to enter into. This is where that's where I hear sounding alarm and speaking into the house of Israel, which this says in Ezekiel, Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, Joel 2 and verse 1, 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 1. But definitely for sure, the famine of the word, this is going to be a major prophecy. Because once this famine of the word hits, the words of the Heavenly Father is not going to be available anymore. And then on top of that, it's going to be a famine of lack of bread, lack of water. But to hear one of the words of the Heavenly Father out, this is going to be showing forth the whole thing. This is the sign of love. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 13. It's a lot. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 13. It says, in that day shall favor the young man for thirst. Right, so in that day is going to be a favor the young man for thirst for the words of Yahawashi because the words of the Heavenly Father are not going to be available. And on top of that, it's going to be a film of lack of water, lack of water, because the words of the Heavenly Father out. So this is a major prophecy that's going to come to pass in the field. That's why we're measuring the time of vision itself, occupying prophecy, because we're living in the signs of times. Matter of fact, bring out that Amos, the 3rd chapter. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. It says, Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahawah has not done it? Right, and that's what we're seeing throughout America. Hey, we're seeing lawlessness, iniquity, judgments that Yahawah shall bring forth on a day-to-day basis. And we're seeing that around the world too. Hey, wherever the prophets at on the highways and hedges that we've been scattered throughout the four corners of earth, so we're coming back to Allah, as it, as us being servants of prophets unto Yahawashi and Shah. Because judgment's coming through forth, Hey, shout out to the brother Yahawah, the prophets of the scene, just come through. That's spirit too, right there. This is Amos chapter 3 verse 7. It says, surely Yahawah shall will do nothing but reveal the secrets unto the servants of prophets. Right, so surely Yahawah shall will do nothing but reveal the secrets. Surely Yahawah shall will do nothing but reveal the secrets unto the servants of prophets. That's what it's right there. And this is the book of Amos chapter 3. It's the book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 8. It says Amos chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, the lion has war whom not fear. It says the lion has war whom not fear, and the Heavenly Father has spoken. Who can but prophesy? Right, so the Heavenly Father has spoken. The lion has spoken. And Yahawah has spoken. Who can but prophesy in sight? Right, who can but prophesy in sight? It's the service of prophets unto Yahawah because the Heavenly Father revealed the secret unto the service of prophets. The Heavenly Father was speaking through Amos, So he revealed the secrets unto his service of prophets for us Israelites, for us to come out here and speak unto the house of Israel. Now we understand, the Heavenly Father has made us a prophet unto the nations, but mostly particularly unto the house of Israel, So it's very important for us to return back unto Heavenly Father, how come back to our heritage, our culture, our customs, our language, and seeking the Heavenly Father, how we got Son Yahawashi. Because the Heavenly Father's coming back for the remnant of His people. Because we want to be part of that hopeful elect. We want part of the remnant. We want part of that hopeful elect to be part of the remnant. That's why we continue making our call at Yeshua and rehearse the righteous acts. And we want to be part of that remnant that hopeful elect's doing too. That's why it says, what's that, Matthew, the 5th chapter? Matthew, the 5th chapter. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify the Father in heaven. What's that, Romans, the 12th chapter? This is our first service. Inside the Father, how standing as a righteousness, standing as a hard nation. Getting back to the marriage, and such a man as the Father shall be. And the body got out from that shot. And this is up from 2 Chronicles. Yep, 2 Chronicles 7 verse 14. It says, if my people which I call on my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, forgive their sins and heal their land. Right, so once we turn from our wicked ways, and Yahawashi, He forgives our sins for our land, because it's going to be a new heavens and a new earth. It's going to be a new Jerusalem will be established, because Jerusalem is a people for its place, and we represent Jerusalem as Israelites. So I just want to come out here once again for the third time on the highways and hedges, chief concourse. My phone about to die. It's on probably like 5%. So it's locking for that. And so I just want to come out here once again for the third time on the highways and hedges, the chief concourse. As we continue to lift up the names of the Heavenly Father, Yahawashi, we got the Son, Mashiach, now so more than ever. So once again, out here once again on the highways and hedges on this Thursday afternoon/night on this December the 18th, 2025 on this Thursday. And with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to say Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, and the Heavenly Father, the true name is Yahawah, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahawashi. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew of the Lost Orthodox tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders and the apostles of Akim and Akraf. Until next time, I will say Kwam Yasharala and above all, Shalom.